Okay, today I'm fixing to show y'all how to make a penitentiary microwave, which we know is a stinger. You're gonna need 2 screws. They can vary in size if they want. They don't have to be the same size. You're gonna need a piece of plastic or a piece of wood like domino or something like that. 2 long pieces of wire and a piece of string ripped from a sheet, which is what we pretty much use. And I use a razor blade for cutting said string. Anyway, I'm fixing to hook all this up and show you how to hook it up to make a stinger so I can boil water or milk and cook with it safely. Okay, you're going to strip these wires back each side. I'd say about 1.5 inches or a whole inch would be great. Anyway, you strip it back. I'm gonna cut it around like that, roll the wire. Then I'm gonna bite it and pull. It's called stripping the ends of wire. I don't know what y'all call it, but that's what I call it. Anyway, you're gonna need to do that to both ends of the wire. So, let me drop that one. It'll be okay. I'll get it. There we go. I'm doing this on a Snapchat video, so it's limited. Anyway, there you go. Okay, now that you got the wire stripped, you're going to take these wires and you're going to wrap them tightly. You're going to twist them first to make all these strands stick together as one. And you're going to wrap them real tightly around these screws, around the head of the screw. It could be a nail or whatever, but as long as it's metal. It could even be old dead AA batteries, AAA batteries. I've done it before. So anyway, you roll it up real tight. 1 screw per wire. Make sure the wires are relatively the same length. You don't want one longer than the other. Anyway, once you do that, you're going to take and you're going to put the piece of plastic or a piece of wood, whatever, in between these two, making sure that no wires and none of the metal can touch each other, because that will blow your power completely. And you're going on to the next phase. You're going to take a piece of string, anywhere from like 6, 8, 9, 10 inches long, and that's all you really need. So I'm going to cut this one. Cutting with the right end of if I can cut this string. The razor blade, apparently that razor pretty dull. I just got it. But anyway, you want a piece of string, not that long. I don't know if you can see that. But you're going to take and use that to tie these screws around this piece of plastic. And it's pretty thick plastic. You don't want to use too cheap of plastic, because some plastic isn't meant to hold up. This stuff gets really, really hot. I mean, you'll see, boiling hot. Anyway, and I'm going to wrap it around here and tie it on there. Okay, now I have my stinger completely made. You see how it is? I just tied it off with a double knot. Not even a double knot, just overhand knot. Anyway, you want to make sure it's real tight. But this is what your stinger looks like. Now I'm going to add water to this cup. This coffee mug. And it looks pretty nasty, I know, because that's a lot of rust and stuff. But yeah, I add a quarter cup of water and a little bit of salt. And you hook this up to a power source. And you drop the stinger in the water and it boils. Don't put too much salt in it. It'll blow your power. And also, the water will literally jump out of the cup. Anyway, you don't drink that water or anything that water has been in. You'd never use these cups or bowls or whatever again. Okay, now you see the bowl, which is a cup. Now stick the stinger off in there. And I have a little bit of table salt I've been known to use seasoned salt from out of ramen noodle packs, but this time I have actual table salt. I'm going to add, if you can see this, just a pinch. I'm going to sprinkle it in, and just know that you can have it hooked up to the electricity power when you sprinkle in the salt. Anyway, that step being out of the way, now I'm going to hook it up to the electricity. I don't think it's going to make it on this clip though. Now this is my Penitentiary rig socket. I made this out of pin tubes and electric wire. You're going to stick the other ends of the wire to the stinger off into here. You see it sparking. It'll spark really good as you get a good connection, and you'll start to hear a hum. I know you'll feel it vibrating the cup that the stinger is in. If you look in there, you'll start to see a reaction. It's the electricity reacting to the water and the salt, which creates a lot of rust, and it becomes very poisonous. So you don't drink that water or anything that water has been into. You don't use this cup or anything like that. You use something else, and I'm going to show you how to fully. I'm going to take this Powerade bottle that fits on this cup perfectly. I'm going to fill it up with water. Now this Powerade bottle has had cleaning chemicals in it, so I'm not going to use this water right afterwards. I'm going to boil the water in this bottle for at least 15-20 minutes, and I'm going to rinse it out 3 different times after I've boiled it. So I'm not getting any chemical taste or flavoring in whatever I pour my water into. And it's relatively clean and sanitary. Anyway, put the bottle inside like so. Be careful because you might add too much water, so I'm going to have to unplug it, pour some of the water out, and then start it over. Not start it over, but put it back in there. And this, my friends, is a Penitentiary stinger. I don't believe you can hear it, but if you hook one of these up, you'll be able to feel the vibration. It's got a hum to it, low hum. Can you hear that? You see it? Yes. That is a Penitentiary stinger, my friend. 3 to 5 minutes, and the water in this bottle, you don't tighten the lid all the way up. Barely tighten. Just put it on there just enough so the steam can escape, because if you tighten it all the way up, it'll blow a knot. It'll blow a hole in the bottom of it that'll be poking out like a big nipple. So, anyway, as you can tell, it's fucking hot. Drop that in there. 5-10 minutes, and it'll be more than ready to cook ramen noodles and meat packs and all that good stuff.